I would just like to say that Reverend John Algera is retiring. He has been in our city for the last 40 years. I must say that he has been truly such a community person. He lives in my 4th Ward. He was one of the founders of the Paterson Habitat back in 1993. He also has the Madison Avenue Christian Ministry, where he opens up, the church opens up the doors for community people to have meetings in there. And Reverend John walks the neighborhood, and he prays for everyone. And he is such a wonderful, dear person, and it's just an honor that to be partnered with him. He's with me with my 4th Ward Septet, where we have our meeting there the last Thursday of each month. But it is truly an honor for me to recognize him, the 40 years of service. He's going to remain in the city. He's just retiring from preaching and doing some of the things that he does. There was also teachers at Dawn Treader. I remember Dawn Treader down there on Market Street for many, many, many years. So it's truly an honor for me to recognize Reverend John for all his commitment that he has done to the city and being part of Paterson Habitat all these years, providing over 300 families with homes. And I'm saying 300 families with homes, interest-free homes. And you know, to get a house now with interest-free is really hard. So it's an honor, and I'm happy to do this for Reverend John. My vote is yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I would be remiss if I did not show my gratitude and appreciation for Pastor John as well. I've always known him as Pastor John.
Okay.
But he's a true example of race, creed, is no measure on compassion. He's always been a compassionate Pattersonian. I learned how to play bumper pool across the street from School 21. Pastor John overseeing those activities for our young people throughout the years and providing many, many outlets that provided, you know, opportunity for people like myself. My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Councilman Cookie?
Yes.
Happy to support this resolution. Pastor Algera has been an outstanding spiritual leader and friend of the city of Paterson, this great community. He is retiring from his pastoral position, but there's no retirement from ministry or from preaching. It's a lifetime calling that you can't retire from. So we wish him well. And I was with him a few weeks ago, and he's still got the fire. And my vote is yes.
Thank you. And so, you know, coming to be able to co-sponsor an amazing resolution for such an amazing man, Reverend Dr. John Algera, who is the pastor of Madison Ave Christian Reformed Church. I am a product of the amazing work they've done. I was one of the kids that went to the after-school program, and then my children went there, and so many other kids have went there, and his wife consistently walks around this community every day and prays all throughout the city of Paterson on feet, walking. And so he will still be here, so we will still depend on him for his spiritual wisdom and insight, but we also will never forget his prayers, his love and compassion that he has always displayed and presented to this community. And I want to personally thank him because on my first trip, international trip to Africa, he was one of the sponsors of that trip and making sure when I got there that I was able to connect with different people to make sure that I was safe. And so, Reverend Dr. John Algera, we love you, we appreciate you, and my vote is yes.
I could say a lot of things about Reverend John Algera, but every time I used to see him around, and he always involved in the community, one of the things I always got to remember, he always gave me a hug. He always say something with a hug, and that's always a thing that people have special attitude and being, but also we had to celebrate with his wife. His wife was a spine cord in his life and his ministry. Deborah, you know, I wish you be taking that batuta, right, and moving forward, but I know good things is going to happen, and I believe the plan of God are perfect. So my vote is yes.